Now I'm going to work through the French container on the left here. So as we can see, if I was to draw in our full radius 45 circle there, we have a radius 15 circle here, we have our two lines on the outside, which we learned in the previous lesson are external tangents. So we're going to do our construction and locate the 2 points of contact here on the left and the 2 points of contact on the right for those external tangents. Now if you want a quick recap, look back through the previous video and you will see where I worked through the construction to locate our points of contact for an external tangent. Now what I've got here in front of me, I have my A4 page turned portrait today, and all I've done is I've measured up 60 millimeters and put in a light horizontal line at the bottom. I've measured across roughly 100 millimeters and I've put that light vertical line up the middle of the page, and I've put in my height. So I have a 30 mil, 110, 30 and 15 heights. I've also lightly drawn in the radius 45 circle and the radius 15 circle. Now just be careful, because the radius 45 circle, the center point is only up 30 millimeters from the bottom, and as you can see down at the bottom here, it goes slightly underneath where the bottom of the drawing will actually be. So now that I have my two circles, if you remember from the previous lesson, to get our external tangent, we are going to reduce the smaller circle until it becomes a point, and the larger circle gets reduced by the same amount. So our small circle is radius 15, our large circle is radius 45. So we are going to subtract 15 from 45, which will give us a radius of 30. And I'm going to go and draw in my new construction circle, radius 30. Now I'm just using my 30 height down at the bottom here. There's my construction line down here. Next step, so if you imagine I've reduced both my circles now at this stage. The top circle has just turned into a point, which I will call point P. I would then join point P to the center of my radius 30 circle, which has already been done. It's this vertical center line. So what I now need to do is bisect this line from point P to the center of the circle. There's my bisector. My next step then, compass, the very center of the line. I will set my radius to point P, or the center of the circle, and I'm just going to draw a semicircle. Now I'm just going to find the points of contact on the left hand side here first, and then I'll be just able to mirror them across because the object is symmetrical. Now what I now have, where I've drawn my semicircle, where it intersects my radius 30 circle, I'm going to join that to the center. Now normally this would be my point of contact if I was just drawing a tangent from P to the smaller circle. So what I will do is I'll join that point from my radius 30 circle to the center, and I'm just going to extend it out to where it hits the radius 45 circle. And that green line is my normal, and as we know, a tangent is always perpendicular to the normal. Now just before I go any further, what I'm also going to do is draw in a parallel line. So I want to draw another normal parallel to my existing one from point P, or the center of my smaller circle. So there's a second normal. Both of them are parallel to one another. And what I can then label is my point of contact at the top and bottom. And from that then, I can draw my external tangent. Now, as I said, the object is perfectly symmetrical. We have our centre line going right up the middle here. So my next step then is just to bring my points of contact horizontally across the page there. So you can do that there with your T-square. So both points of contact straight across, and then I will label POC and POC for points of contact. So 4 points of contact in total. We'll join those, and then I'm just going to darken in my arcs. Like so, and then lastly my horizontal line there. Now that will be your completed drawing. Now the important thing, to get full marks on this question, you need to show all of those construction lines like I went over. So bisecting, drawing your semicircle, putting in your two normals. You need to show all of those construction lines if you want to get full marks on a question like that.